welcome to my channel about cross stitch. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new here, this is a channel about cross stitch and crafting and all the things. Today I'm just going to be talking about cross stitch. My cat does have the zoomies currently, so she is running around the apartment, which is great. I love that for her, a little inconvenient for me. As you can probably see from my beautiful light up earrings, today I will definitely be showing you some Valentine's Day stitching I've been doing. It's like, I don't really care that much about actually celebrating it on the day, but I just love the aesthetics of Valentine's Day. I love heart-shaped things. I love red and pink and purple and yeah, I don't know. I've been having a really good time. I have a little bit of haul, definitely some whips, definitely some new starts, which I think I've forgotten to get a new start. I'll get that in a second. But yeah, I did also get the My Creepy Valentines box from Starlight Stitchery, but I will not be showing that in this video. I did a separate unboxing video that I posted the other day, so if you want to go back and watch that, go for it. Lots of goodies for sure, but I am gonna go ahead and start with my new starts and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I turned the earrings off, didn't want to be too distracting, but I'm going to begin with my new starts. This was towards the end of January. I had a couple days in January left. I basically finished all my goals, so I was like, I want a new start. I really want to start this. I had some lovely people on Instagram and Flosstube be very supportive of me starting this, and they mentioned they wanted to see the color combo in the works. So I was like, well then, I mean, duh, I have to. So this is the Beatrix Potter Quaker sampler. It is from Stitchybox, and you can download a PDF, I believe, as well as get a printout from their site. This was a stitch along started by Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. There are a ton of people doing it. Megan from the Seattle Stitcher has gotten really far on it. Bridget, Museum Stitcher, has also been working on it. I love her colors as well. I love everyone's colors. Everyone's doing an amazing job. There are plenty of other people stitching it. I would go to the hashtag, I believe it's Beatrix Potter Sal or Beatrix Potter Quaker Sal. I would definitely go check that out on Instagram. But I am stitching it on pink fabric with pink floss. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Peony by Fiber on a Whim with Dinky Dyes silk. Let me get one of these out here just to show you. This is the silk I'm using, and this is called Pink Tourmaline. Tourmaline. And that is my very small start. Oh, but it's so pretty. Okay, so this is my first time using Dinky Dyes. And I'm leaving it just in a nice little plastic bag, and I've got my Top Knot Stitcher floss card, and I'm just putting them on the floss cards one at a time as I'm using them, just keeping those like, I don't know, I've never worked with silk, so I'm like nervous about it, but I just want to keep them nice and soft and safe. But yeah, so this is where I'm at. Sorry, very wrinkled here. Get you up close to those stitches. Hopefully that's, yeah. First of all, let me just say, if you have never worked with silks, Dinky Dyes is a great place to start. Again, I don't have anything to compare it to, but it's like gorgeous and so smooth to work with. Like, I only worked on this for maybe 2 stitchy sessions, like a night and a half, you know, and I got a good amount done. I'm almost done with this motif right here, finished this one. Oh, it's so pretty, and my stitches look so good. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be continued to be worked on. I don't know, I feel like it's just a great piece to pull out when it's like really great comfort stitching. I think that's why Megan has made such a good amount of progress on it. It's because it's just like so nice to pull out a monogram piece. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are impressed, happy with the results. I know it was highly anticipated. I can't wait to get more done to see how it keeps going, but I'm very, very happy with the results. It's very tone on tone. I was a little nervous when I got the flosses in and the fabric, because I was like, I don't know, like, is it too close together? But it definitely still stands out. You can see it perfectly fine, and it looks great. So very, very happy with the results of that. So that was new start number 1. Then February 1st hit, and Marjorie from Marjorie Made Stitches here on Flosstube and on Instagram started a stitch along called the Love Bug Sal. And of course I was absolutely signed on immediately. Several people are doing this. Just go to Instagram and search Lovebug Sal, S-A-L, and you can just look at that hashtag. Gorgeous. The fabric choices everyone's making. Some people have also done color conversions and made like the pinks purple, or just like different, or pulled from stash. So it's been really exciting. So I got a lot of work done on this. I started it on February 1st, and then I decided, I was like, I'm gonna work on this for like an hour every day. Just like, I don't like to do just a thread a day or like 30 minutes. That's not enough for me. I want to do just a solid, set the timer, an hour on this. And that's what I did. But then Saturday, last Saturday, I believe, I had a Stitchy Zoom with some good pals of mine. And I ended up pulling this out just because like I wanted to stitch on it. It's so beautiful. So I ended up getting a lot of progress. So again, this is Love Bug Sampler by Sprouting Lupine. And I have some hanging threads, but that is how far I've gotten. It is so pretty. I'm stitching this with the called for DMC on 32 count Sprite Lugana by Picture This Plus. I will say, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, if you get 32 count Lugana from Picture This Plus, be warned, it is a tight weave. This one is not so bad as the other one that I'm experiencing, which I will show you in a minute, but it's still a bit tight. I would have, if I had known that, I would have gone for a 28 count, but my stitches look really good, no complaints. It's looking great. It was so funny when I think I showed this fabric in a haul a couple videos ago, and I was like, oh, I picked this out. I saw it and I thought that would look good. It's like a very light lavender, like very, very light. And it's so funny. I guess I just didn't notice, but I had bought the pattern and I was like setting it all up, and I looked, and it's the called for fabric. So if you're curious what the called for fabric looks like, this is it. I don't know why I completely missed that, but yeah, so there is some back stitching that's going to go in these big wings, but I'm going to save that for last. I usually like to back stitch as I go. However, these back stitches are going to be quite long, and I feel like delicate if I do them now. So I'm going to wait till I finish all the cross stitching. I did do the little back stitches for his little antenna. That praying mantis is everything. Ugh. Okay. So that is the Love Bug Sal, and again, I'm using that called for DMC, which are, I think it's just, yeah, 5 colors, 6 colors, can't count. And I'm using my little Divination Stitchybox thread organizer. So that was the Love Bug Sal. I started February 1st. Got all it done, feeling really good about it. Need to post on Instagram. Perhaps I'll do that today. So pink on pink on pink. We've got a lot of pink going on, and we're not going to stop here. So the next thing that happened was the Witchy Stitcher came out with her February Patreon pattern. I've been a patron of the Witchy Stitcher ever since she opened one. I'm telling you, it's worth it. If you were a big fan of the Witchy Stitcher's patterns, I love her Patreon. I've loved every single one of them. They're so cute. And her and Night Spirit Studio, I'm also a patron of them, and they also have really great patterns every month, and like they're big. They're not just like, and of course, like if you love the designer, sorry again, the zoomies, if you love the designer, like any size pattern is going to be great. Like that's why you signed up. But I will say Night Spirit Studio and the Witchy Stitcher, they give out some good sized patterns. So if you are interested, definitely check them out. But I went ahead and started the new Patreon pattern, and I believe it's called, I can't remember. I want to say it's like Ghostface Valentine. I think that's correct. And I have gotten a decent chunk done. So this is black fabric, so you're not going to be able to, oh my gosh, and I have nothing to put behind it. I am not professional at all, am I? Let's see. I'm just going to put this Nora Corbett pattern behind it. Okay, so I have gotten quite a bit done on this. So I started in the middle with Mr. Ghostface himself, and I don't know, I think I'm like, I don't think I'm 50% done, but I might be getting there, I believe. I'm using the called for DMC, and I subbed out the called for colors with DMC Etoile for the red, so 666. I think this is 816, and then the black 310. Those are the sparkly ones, which of course you can't really see on camera, but you can see a little bit. It's so cute. And I'm stitching this on 18 count black Aida, which is honestly kind of comfort stitching for me. I love stitching on Aida. I love also stitching on linen and even weaves and all the things, but going back and having something to stitch on Aida is always nice. So yeah, I would really like to finish this in February, but, and I think I could. I think just a couple more stitchy sessions and I'm good. I think I just have like definitely a couple more motifs and then the text at the top and like the borders, and I'm done. I don't know. I think I can get it done. We shall see. But yeah, so that was my other new start, and I believe that was my last new start, which, you know, that's pretty normal for me. 3 new starts. That's actually not true because, hold on, I forgot. I did have another new start. I think I talked about this in my last video. Barbara Anna Designs is doing another stitch along. It's her like Dream Girl series, and this one is called Star Woman. So it's the Star Woman Sal, and it's like supposed to be David Bowie inspired. And so part 1 released February 1st. I think I started it maybe February 2nd. But here are the flosses. So lots of bright oranges and yellows and some reds and a pop of blue. So I'm using the call for DMC, and I'm stitching this on, my cat's knocking down things. I'm stitching this on 32 count Crystal Da Vinci Lugana by Picture This Bliss. Yes, this is the fabric I was referring to. So this is actually a finish for now. I did finish part 1 last night. Yeah, it's gorgeous. However, the weave is so tight that you cannot see the holes in this Lugana. Like, it is, like, I cannot see through this fabric at all. You really have to force your needle into the holes. It got to the point where it's like, you know, you're going over 2 on Lugana or linen, and I can't, like, I keep thinking that I'm going into over 2 and then I'm not, I'm going over 1, or I think I'm going over 1 but I did go over 2. It's just like so confusing, and I'm not having a great time with this fabric. But I am determined to push on. Obviously, I finished part 1, so we're gonna keep going with it. If I purchased this fabric again, I would get it in 28 count. Hopefully that weave would be a little less tight, because this is feeling like 36. But yeah, so I finished this last night. It's very cute. So this is just part 1. Part 2 releases, I believe, next week. And you can see these stitches around these little like bulbs of light are just half stitches, which was a relief. I saved those for last. And that was nice because I got through those pretty fast. And there's a little bit of back stitching on these little stars. And that was it. So I'm excited for part 2. Am I excited to stitch on this fabric again? No. But I'm gonna keep going. I am gonna keep going. It is really like, it's really pretty fabric, but I'm just like, I would never purchase again. Let's say that. Let's say that. And this also is my first opalescent fabric I've ever worked with. And so maybe I'm being dramatic and maybe that's just how opalescent Luganas are, but I have a feeling that's not the case. So I would definitely like to try some other dyers opalescent fabric for sure. So I actually only have 2 whips to show you today. The first one does not have a lot of progress, so I'm going to show that one first. This is Reaching Skyward by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the 2023 stitch along. And last time I showed it to you, I had finished part 1, and I have now started part 2, which I have literally only gotten that much done. So slow going on this one. I like, this came up on the wheel for me one day this week, and it was a stressful day, didn't get a lot of stitching done. That's what it looks like so far. It's gorgeous. I'm loving it. Again, this is stitched on 40 count Billie Jean by Roxy Floss Co. And I'm stitching it with Roxy Floss Co floss in Great Lakes and Charlie Brown. So it's a very like warm brown, but on this fabric, it's coming off like super, like it looks like bronze, and I love it. So yeah, I'm digging it, but again, I didn't get that much progress on it, but I thought I'd show you. Cause yeah, realistic things happening over here. The last whip I do have to show you. I feel like this is gonna be a quick video today. Dare I say? I don't know. Probably not. The last whip I have to show you is Dark Queen of the Earth by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I actually got some decent progress on this. I believe the last time I showed it to you, I was working on part 4, I can't remember, and I was not anywhere near done. I finished that part and I moved on to part 5. Part 6 was just released this month, and that it went up and she has a bodice now. I have not started that yet, but let me show you the whole thing here. So that is what it's looking like at the moment. This is stitched on the 32 count Under the Sea Fabrics linen. And I think it was like, now I can't remember anything, Nightshade or something like that. So I finished, let me show you over here first. So I'm sure you guys have seen this like everywhere, but I have finished this part. This is like the bulkiest stitching part so far, it feels like. But I got it done and it's very pretty. But I was very excited to be done with it. So that took me a while to do, but I got it done. And then I did start over here. And I got a little bit done. I'm not actually that mad about the progress. I got this mushroom in here, started working on these vines here, and a little bit of probably wood or trunk. Got that little part done. So I am going to continue working on this. I will say I feel like I'm in better shape now that I have finished this really heavy stitching part right here. I'm feeling less stressed about it. I'm going to continue working on this side. It's not as much stitching as the other side. And then I will move my way up to her bodice, and that will not be too much stitching. So I'm feeling good about it. I know lots of people are caught up, and I know lots of people are far, far behind. And I say, I don't know. I'd be happy to have this finished by the end of the year. Now the stitch along ends in August, I believe, or September, I can't remember. But I'd be happy to just have it done by 2023, or by 2024, I should say. Okay, so that was my last whip. Exciting stuff. I'm going to talk about, I have a little bit of haul, and then plans. Yeah, let's talk about plans. Let's do that. All right, so haul. Allow me to grab the 3 things that I have. And then, sorry, it's so funny. I think I said this in my unboxing video, but I slept on my neck wrong a couple of nights ago, and my neck is so stiff. I'm 27 years old, and I'm like I cannot, I know this happens to everyone, but anyways, I'm just complaining. So let's start with, this is my first piece of like haul, or my only piece of haul that's not like a monthly subscription thing that I've got going on. But well, it kind of is. I went ahead and picked up the 3rd installment of Cottage Garden Samplings Snowman Collector. This is the Shepherd. Very cute. Very, very cute. Now, the first 2 patterns that have come out this year, they called for 2 overdyes that I subbed one of them. And this one calls for 2 different ones. So I'm imagining maybe they'll do it in pairs. So like they'll have 2 overdyes for 2 of them each time. I don't know. That made no sense to me when I just said that out loud. But so it calls for 2 overdyes. I went ahead and subbed those out. One from Stash, and then one I got from Top Knot Stitcher. So the first one I subbed out, I just had in Stash. This is a Color and Cotton, and this is Bonfire. And I am subbing that for where you see the barn and I guess his sweater vest and stuff. So it calls for Aztec Red by Weeks. But I had this in Stash, and it is very cute. I like it. The other one that was called for is Cocoa by Weeks, and that is the variegated floss you see in his hat and his sweater, his little cape, cardigan, who knows. And I actually took the opportunity, because this is such a variegated thread, I wanted to get another Cottage Garden threads, and I picked up Pumpkin Seed. And I think that's gonna do just absolutely perfectly. So it has definitely a little bit more golden tones than I guess I can see in his jacket, but I don't know. I think this is like kind of the perfect substitute. I don't know. I'm into it. I mean, who cares? Like it's really close. So I'm definitely gonna use this. Really excited to do that eventually one day. Who knows? But yeah, so I picked that up from Top Knot Stitcher. I'm excited to see what the next release is, but this is very cute. So far, I will say the first one is just like out of this world. I just really like that one. But my favorite's definitely the clown. And I feel like if you've watched my channel, you'll know that like, duh, that makes sense. But anyways, the next thing is my monthly, this is my first month that I've done this. This is Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month Club. I'm in the neutral club. If you have watched this channel, I'm also in the Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers linen club, but their colors are very like bright and in your face. They have lots of variation and modeling, and I love it and I'm here for it. But I realized I have like no neutrals to pull from stash. So I took the opportunity to go ahead and join Be Stitch Me's club this year. And this is called Hot Cocoa, and I get the 40 count linen. And holy crap, it's gorgeous. Yeah. This is so cute. I'm very, very much into this. It's a great neutral. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for yet, but it's going to be an awesome stash builder for the moment. This is like my favorite type of neutral, where it's not too golden or warm, but it's not too like gray. Like it's just the perfect medium brown color. I love it. So yeah, really, really happy with my first month for this. I'm excited to see the next few months and see how that goes. All right, the next thing I have is my Color and Cotton February Thread Club. Can I just say these colors are gorgeous? Very much Easter, very much pastel. Yeah, okay. So the first one is Green Tea. It's so pretty. It's very slightly variegated for sure. And then we've got Mint Chip. That is so pretty. I'm usually not that into this color, but I don't know. The variegation, like that next to the green tea, that's everything. This one I think might be my favorite. I've been really into purples lately. This is called Butterfly Bush. Yeah, and the variegation on that one is very nice. Okay, then we've got Bunny Nose, which is a beautiful variegated pastel pink. I feel like this is actually like a great floss for stash. I feel like I have a couple patterns that call for some light pinks, and this is like really gonna be really cute. And then this is Baby Carrots, which I love the name of. And again, I can never have enough overdyed orange threads. I swear, like so many patterns I got last year, I pulled from my Color and Cotton stash, and like all my oranges are like in those kitted up because I just pick a lot of patterns that have orange. So that's a really nice bright not pastel, but kind of pastel orange. So yeah, so those are my Color and Cottons. And that is actually it for haul. I've been good. That's actually not it for haul because I'm a liar. I totally forgot. Marjorie from Marjorie Made, she enabled me and several others to get some full coverage. I have 2 full coverage, no, that's a lie. I have more than that, but I have 2 Heaven and Earth Designs full coverage whips already going, and I don't work on them that much. But she was talking about, they were having a sale the other day. It must have been last week or at some point. And I went ahead and grabbed 2 patterns. So the first one I believe is called Arcadia. And I'm gonna put a picture right here. I will also put the artist because I cannot remember their names off the top of my head. But that one is wild, but there's so much pink in it. And I don't know, it's just like, it's so fun. It's whimsical, it's trippy, it's definitely like matches me and like what I'm into. So hopefully one day that'll be finished in like 50 years and it'll be up on my wall. And then the other one I got is the Contessa with Squid, something like that. You've seen this on Flosstube, I promise. I know Michelle from Michelle Bendy, she is stitching this. And I believe Stitches by Shelby as well is stitching that. So, and they've got a good amount of progress. So if you want to go check them out, see what it looks like, please do so. Check out their videos. Big fans. Or I'm a big fan of them, duh. But yeah, so I got both of those. I have not gotten fabric, none of that yet. I think I might get fabric for the Arcadia one. I would like to start that in March, because I think Marjorie, as well as another creator on Flosstube, I believe her name is Hannah, and I will link her below as well. You can check out her channel. She does lots of full coverage. They are starting like a full coverage stitch along in March, so I will definitely be joining and stitching along, starting along at the very least. So yeah, so I got those 2 patterns. I'm trying to think what else. Night Spirit Studio did release their February pattern for Patreon. I will put that right here. I believe, I can't remember what it's called, but it's really cute. And I think I would do it. They release so many cool patterns that are like, they lend itself well to half stitches. Like it looks like an etching, you know, something like that. And so I might do that one like I'm doing the woodcuts that they also have designed. I might do that on 28 count 2 over 1 10 stitch. Because I just like the look of that, the texture that that gives. It looks cool. So that is it, I think, for haul. The other thing I will end off with is my plans. So first things first, I'm trying to think. So for the rest of February, I have decided on the 13th of every month, I'm going to stitch on White Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. That was a stitch along I started in January with Megan from the Seattle Stitcher, and we are using the hashtag Winter Moth Sal. So if you're stitching on moths of any kind, or if you have that pattern and you want to stitch along with us, use that hashtag on Instagram, tag us both. We'd love to see your progress. So I will be pulling that out on Monday, which is the 13th. I'm going to stitch on that for that day. And then I'm going to keep spinning my wheel. I have not gotten a lot of my goals done. Of course, it's only been like a week or so, but I definitely want to get like, I want to get my stitch alongs like parts done. I would like to get some of my whip go goals out of the way, but I don't know. It's like slow going for me this month because I started a bunch of things. But speaking of starts, I would like to start one more thing and I don't know if I'm gonna start it this month. I would like to, but Julie from the Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, she mentioned she's gonna start this, and I was like, oh, because I was thinking about it because I got this magazine. It's from the Just Cross Stitch magazine February edition, this one that I've showed on my channel before. I've already stitched something out of it, but this lady, this fancy lady, so this is gonna be a series for the year, and they have like they did sneak peeks for the other ones, but this is the winter Mother Nature pattern, and it's so pretty. I really want to do it. The trees are gorgeous. That deer's cute. A lot of back, so this is very like backstitch heavy. It is also confetti heavy, I have been told, but I really want to stitch them. I'll show you the little sneak peeks. So we've got autumn, summer, and spring as well. But yeah, so I really want to start this. So I went ahead and I just went to my local Michael's and I picked up some 28 count linen that they have. I think it's like DMC or Charles Craft. I can't remember what brand. But I went ahead and picked it up and I dyed it myself with some Rit dye. You can see it's very see-through, but I used, it's so wrinkly. I did iron this, but I used royal blue Rit dye, turquoise, and charcoal gray to kind of just like subdue I wanted it to be very much like a wintry night sky. I don't know what I was going for. But anyway, so I have dyed the fabric so I can start that at any point. When will that be? I do not know. But yeah, so I definitely want to do that. Again, if you guys are interested, you haven't picked up a copy of one of these, I usually get them at my Barnes & Noble. However, I did go ahead and sign up for a subscription this year, because I've been really impressed with the patterns in here. Like, they're very fun. They're modern, and they have some, like, this one's so cute too. But like, I can't stitch everything all the time. That's the problem. I did really want to start this one as well. This is such a great February one. And that would be quick. Okay, I'm distracting myself and I'm stalling. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed my video, please like, please subscribe. If you want to keep seeing them, please comment down below. I would love to know if you're stitching on some Valentine stuff or what you're stitching on. I've been really enjoying Valentine's Day festivities, even if it's just me stitching on a bunch of cute patterns with hearts on them. But yeah, so it's been really nice, but please comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at Cam the Stitcher if you want to see some progress. I try to share something at least once or twice a week on there. And I love interacting with you guys. So again, thank you for all the nice comments and the lovely DMs and all the shout outs. This has been really fun, and I'm really excited to continue and see how I progress, just like on my whips, as a stitcher, like all the things. So thank you very much for joining me today. I will see you next time in 2 weeks. I hope you guys have a great day, or at least a day where hopefully you can get at least 1 or 2 stitches in. There's nothing wrong with that. So you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.